We asked the 2024 Business and Community Hero Award recipients for the Greater Bridgeton Area Chamber of Commerce, who or what motivated you to be the person or business that you are today?
That would be both of my parents. I was taught from a very early age that when you did something, you did it to the best of your ability. You saw it through. You gave your all. They also taught me that my word was my bond. So if I told you something, it's what I intended to do. I followed through on it, and I was honest.
Motivating factor in my life is my mother. She was a single mom of 4 children. And all the jobs that she had was a job that helped other people. It didn't matter what, because her mantra was, by the grace of God, there go I. So if she had a meal just enough for 4, we split it up to make it a meal for 8. We lived in the projects at that time, and it's a community in itself, and no one goes without. If someone from another housing unit had something extra, or if they could put an extra biscuit on the stove, then everybody ate. You can have 4 hot dogs and chop them up and make a stew out of it. Nobody went to bed hungry. And she showed myself, my sister, my 2 brothers, that you don't let barriers stop you from your goal. And in doing so, you help others do the same. Whether they take your advice, or if you're just a visual motivator for them, that's okay too. You don't have to wear a badge that says, I'm doing something for someone. You just do it.
Okay. A person who probably changed my life in many ways was Mrs. Hunter, the teacher of Honors English at Morton High School in Hessville, Indiana. Mrs. Hunter taught the Honors English, and the situation was the regular English conflicted with spring football practice. And I needed to get spring football practice in. So I went to Mrs. Hunter. Her response when I asked to get in her honors class was, "Kid, you haven't done anything better than a C in your whole high school career." In fact, most of the time I was on academic probation, which also kept me off football. But now that I was eligible, I had to get for spring practice. So anyway, she allowed me to be in her class. I began discovering things like Chaucer, Shakespeare, Mark Twain, wonderful literature, Hemingway, and I became enamored of literature. Went to college on a football scholarship and majored in English. And I learned more about English and beautiful books and writings, and continued playing football for a while. In fact, my motive for going to college was my football scholarship. I wasn't crazy about college or had no idea what the benefit of that would be. But that's what kind of urged me on. And so Mrs. Hunter takes the place as someone who changed my life, having been on academic probation, never gotten better than a C, always getting in trouble, missing class, running away from school. I could go on and on. Stealing my dad's car. I was a rascal, and I began to become a somewhat literate human being, thanks to Mrs. Hunter.
I would have to say the person that motivated me and actually instructed me was my youth pastor. His name is Luis Fuentes. He was always setting me straight, always telling me the right things to do, always telling me to be polite, to be hardworking. And he was like a second father to me. And he taught me everything that I really know right now. And that's the person I admire, and I give him a lot of compliment for that.
I'd have to say my parents. They were big supporters of my career growing up. As far as motivational wise, I guess what motivates me is my health. Each and every day I'm able to get up and enjoy the things I like to do. And also, you know, my family, my 2 sons, Darren and Gary, and of course my 3 grandchildren, Savannah, McKenna, and Easton. Just enjoying watching them grow.
That's an easy question. I would say my father. My father's been from Cumberland County all his life. His mother and father lived in Bridgeton all their life. His father was a fisherman out of Fortescue in the summertime and trapped muskrat in the wintertime. His mother was a school teacher at the original Hopewell Crest School. So he somehow found himself down in Charleston, South Carolina. He went to the Citadel, spent 4 years there. Then he went into the military for 4 years. After his service, he took a job with the NJDOT. While at the NJDOT, he met somebody who had some survey equipment, and he sold him a transit level and measuring tapes. So he would, at night, after his DOT job, come back and start surveying, and at night draw the maps, and even use his father to help him survey. My mother would take phone calls as he's watching raising 6 kids. So really, it comes back to my father, his work ethic, and where he came from, and nothing was given to him, and he built everything on his own.
My biggest motivation has always been my family. My family's hard work and the values they instilled in me has made me the person I am today. Also, the community I represent. You know, seeing how we have several challenges and we're still able to come back and be resilient and make change in the community makes me do what I do to make a difference.
Hi, I'm Lisa. This is my sister Lori, Amy, and my brother Clint. We're the owners of Starbound Gymnastics Academy. We began Starbound Gymnastics Academy in 1995 with the desire to make a change in our community. We were inspired by family and our faith in God to do so. Thank you.